So, what are your future plans for your smart home? Like, if you're projecting, 5 years forward, what would you want to see your smart home have in the future? I'm guessing opening and closing blinds are in that future somewhere.
Actually, I do have opening. Oh, the first thing I did was after the lights was the blind having in the house were blinds. So nearly all the blinds are automated. I still
Nice.
have like I still have a few lights, mainly the lights that are like that have double switches. So like two switches into the two different sides of the wall, the sides of the room. So I didn't get to automate those. Um, Mainly, I hope to get a nice dashboard with the entrance and the guest mode. That's so when guests come over, the guest room was always out of the automation zone, and lately I actually again because you don't want complaints. Wait a minute, how do I set those? How do I turn on those lights? How do I turn on the AC
Yes.
or stuff like that? But
Yeah.
Sure.
so that's one thing I'd want to get moving, and yes, definitely the recognition of within the rooms. So figuring out who is in what room. That's I mean, it's amazing what you can do once you know who is in a certain room. I get crazy every time I go into a room and somebody left the AC on, or
Yeah.
or
Yep.
the AC is on and the windows are open and you say,
Sure.
Are you using anything for identifying room presence at the moment? Like, if you've got like motion sensors or presence sensors in a room at the moment?
so I had these Z-Wave sensors. But they were consuming a lot of battery power.
Yeah, they do.
So one of the main issues that I find is that all of these sensors, I don't like the batteries. Like the batteries get finished. So I try to hook them up to mains power, and then you don't want to have USB cords running around the whole house. So I'm trying to figure out how I could do that one. Um, and again, the problem with those sensors is that I need some way to actually cancel them like when Sabbath. So the first sensors that I had, I was actually turning them off and on every Friday, and it was a pain. Like you just wait a minute. So so all of the week you're enjoying the fact that that you get the presence information, and then suddenly uh, and also, yes, I mean, back then those were sensors which couldn't give you very accurate information about if a person
Sure.
was still there. Yeah,
Mm,
now you have these millimeter wave sensors, quite expensive still. I mean, the
yeah.
last I
Yep.
checked, but apparently they're quite good.
Yeah, they're pretty decent. The prices are still very expensive for, when you compare to any other type of sensor, but I think it's getting better, and I think there's more like modern ways of, conserving battery and stuff like that for the battery ones, but most of those are wired anyways, right? Um, I've got one next to me here. I haven't really adjusted it or anything like that. It's just one of the Apollo ones, and again, I need to tune it, but it's I don't know. I like them. They do work very well.
I'm wondering if there is. I know you mentioned just before that you need to disable the sensors or turn them off. For the millimeter wave ones, they generally require power, so you could put them behind a smart switch. I'm not sure if that's um,
Yeah,
good enough.
that's what I actually do with the Google with the some of the Google assistants because one of the problems you have, unfortunately, there's no way to by software to turn off the mics, and then
Yes, that's
you're
right.
Right.
you're in the middle of a discussion and you're saying and you're mentioning Google for some reason, and
Yep.
suddenly you start having music blasting through. And you say,
Mm.
okay, and how can I turn this one off? It's not. Uh,
uh,
so I started turning off those that are in public areas. I basically turn them off with a smart switch. That's one of the, yeah, that actually works.